Hi everybody. Haven't made a video in a long time. Been dying to make one. I've actually been away. I've been overseas for the past 2.5 months, traveling, traveling around Europe. Um, so that was quite a long trip. We went, we went to a lot of places, and yeah, it was a holiday. I went with a friend, and obviously I also went. We went as a holiday, but I also went for my language learning, as I always like to make my travel. I like to involve my travel with my language missions as well. So we were away quite a while. We went to quite a few countries, and I just wanted to talk, say a brief hello, and then I'll probably in another video talk about these places and also talk about it a little bit in other languages as well. Um, because it was an interesting trip, and I think I realized a lot of things on the trip, and I think I gained a lot of confidence in terms of language learning and speaking and all that sort of thing and understanding. I found that we, I mean, I, knowing a language, I found out how useful it is. Since I was traveling with a friend who speaks only English, excuse me, I really realized just how useful a foreign language can be, even if your level isn't the best. So you just don't know when you might need it. So we were predominantly traveling around. We started in Italy. We started off there. Um, we went to Rome. We only spent a night there. Then we went down to Calabria, Reggio Calabria. I have lots of family there. We went to Foggia in Puglia, San Marco. We travelled around there. That's where I met a lot of my relatives, and I was helping my friend out because he doesn't understand Italian, so I was translating for him, which was a lot of fun. I got a lot out of it. And I managed to do. I was more successful than I thought I would be, and I think in a matter of days I gained a lot of confidence speaking. Unfortunately, we weren't in Italy for a long time. Only there for a few days, on and off. We went there, then we went to other countries, and we returned on a tour that we did. We did a Kentucky tour. I found that I was gaining a lot of confidence, even just a few days in Italy. I found that my Italian was improving immensely. I wasn't really learning a lot of new vocab per se because obviously I wasn't there long enough. If I was there for 3 months, just in Italy, I would have picked up a lot of new words. But I think for the amount of time I was there, I was becoming more confident. I had to speak more often. It was more intense. I had to listen more to what people were saying. I was just having conversations non-stop. I managed to have a lot of good conversations with my family. Especially, but I also managed to talk with other people. I was quite surprised on our short stays in places. I managed to find locals to have proper conversation with, not just just ordering lunch or whatever, which is also good too. So I was helping my friend out. I'd always translate for him. Um, we were in Italy and Germany too, and German-speaking places, Austria. Spent a lot of time in Austria. So I found out I got a lot out of the holiday, particularly in places that where I knew the language, so Italian and German. I found that that's where I felt like I had control over the situation. I was happy to be in the country. I was enthusiastic. I was motivated. I'd have a conversation. I'd feel so happy afterwards. I feel really. I'd get a buzz from that, which was great. Um, in countries where I didn't know the language, even if English was spoken very well by the locals, I would feel uncomfortable to a degree because I like to have some sort of knowledge of the language of the destination that I'm going to. I like to have some knowledge in that language. And if I don't, I tend to feel a bit awkward. But having said that, I still made efforts in those countries where I didn't really know the language. I've been learning Hungarian. We went to Hungary. I was a little bit disappointed I didn't get to use too much Hungarian, maybe because we're hanging out in tourist areas and everyone seemed to speak English extremely well. I was quite surprised actually. I knew they would, but I didn't think to that extent. And the same was, well, that was for Hungarian. But I managed to still have some conversations with people, um, some small conversations, which was, I guess, it was good as well. Hungary, Finland too. I learned a little bit of Finnish a while ago. We just spent a very brief amount of time there, and that was good because I managed to use a little bit of a language in a short amount of time with the locals, which was quite inspiring. And they were quite, surprised that they're always surprised when a foreigner has some knowledge in their language, because no one seems to really speak their language, and they speak perfect English. So we did a fair bit in 2.5 months. Yeah, I realized that I gained a lot of confidence. I realized that the importance of having a language. I also realized that if I did spend even more time there, I would have really excelled. I would really have improved, which is probably what I'll do next time. Probably spend a lot more time in one particular country, like Italy, for example, or Germany, or whatever, Austria. Other languages, well, not really other languages, but I spent a bit of time in Greece and Croatia towards the end of the trip, and I tried to use a little bit of the language there, even though I don't speak those languages. I tried to take an interest, which leads me to another topic I want to make a video about taking interest in the language of the country that you're in, about tourists, something that happened that frustrated me a lot. But anyway, I want to make a video about that. So I tried to speak it, but the locals are very, very good with English, which I sort of expected, but not to that degree. Probably because we're in tourist areas again, just like Greece and like Hungary. The Greeks, they spoke English very well too. Croatia, we went to Split and Dubrovnik, sort of very beachy, touristy places, and also Greece, Mykonos and Santorini. I quite enjoyed. But yeah, it's always good that you make an effort with their language. I think it's important. Well, that's going to be another topic I want to talk about in another video. So I think I've got a couple ideas for videos now. So that about trying to speak language, taking an interest when you're on holiday. That's the first thing. Another thing, we'll probably be talking about my trip in other languages. So good to see you all again. If you even remember me, because I haven't made a video in a while. Yeah, so I'll see you in another video.